Huh, I was right again. Pokemon challenges is evil. This video proves he is incapable of telling the truth. So it's a stream highlight, very recent upload. Let's see what they have to say about me. Listen, went on a deep dive the other night, dude. I watched so many Verlisify videos because that guy is a freaking phenomenon. It's weird, but I don't recommend anyone go and watch his channel. So yeah, don't risk the chance that someone from your audience finds out you're just bullshitting the entire time by watching my videos and learning the truth. Already starting off in good faith, aren't they? And the way he explains this is like derangement theater virtue signaling. So yeah, don't recommend anyone watch his videos, but I couldn't stop watching. Like, his brain works so interestingly. He was, oh man. So it's like all these weird cuts and this weird telling that's just lies about my content. I don't think I can find this video anymore. But if you were just watching it the other night, it shouldn't be hard. He was telling the story about a VGC tournament he went to that was really horrible for him or something. Or he was talking about how he applied to be a judge at VGC and got rejected. Like, what lies? What fabrication is this? I've never told any story about wanting to become a judge or getting rejected. And how do you even, like, try to put those things together? Where it's like, oh, he tried to play VGC or he got rejected as a judge. I don't know. So, like, you're not even... You say you're watching my content, but you're not paying attention to anything I said because you're lost in the derangement and you can't be honest for a second in your life because you're a bad actor doing evil shit. And basically, he was telling the story about this horrible event, and then he went on a tangent where he tried to justify why he was actually a good player, even though he dropped out in the first round? That's like the lie on top of the lie. Because the main lie is that I went 0-4 in my only Pokemon regional event. That's a lie for multiple reasons. I went 0-3 drop. Why it went 0-4, I don't know. Why can't people be honest? Because 0-4 looks worse instead of telling the story of what happened. Why did I drop? I had the flu. We're going to get into that. Also, I went to regionals before then. So every part about what people say, 0-4 only regionals, is a lie. But now the extendo deranged lie is that I dropped out in the first round? And the excuse to just only telling lies to this point now is that they're paraphrasing a video. Why even tell it if you can't say a single honest thing about me? So he was like, I nearly beat the 19th ranked player, like just making up numbers, just making up things and pulling things out of nowhere compared to what I said. I've told this story recently and many times before then, so it's not hard to actually tell the truth about what I said about what happened there. So I mean, how can someone be this wrong about a video I watch? I'm like, oh, so this is just the insight of a hater. They cannot live in reality, and they cannot tell the truth about anything I've said in my content. Great. So what I've said is, I looked it up, and my opponent was a top cut at Oregon Regionals. So, like, that's not even near 19th ranked place or 19th player. And he's saying this to justify why he's a good player. He nearly beat the 19th ranked player in the region or something. But it's not even... like, there's no regional rankings for Pokemon, even. But what happened is, I misclicked because I had the flu and would have won without the misclick. And now it's Pokemon Challengers talking. It's like, how do you misclick because you have the flu? Like, what does that? This is XQC level of stupidity, or just dishonesty. This is the same level as XQC not understanding how condensation works, where it's like, wait, have you never been tired before? Have you never had the flu? So this right here has to prove that Pokemon Challenges is a habitual liar to not even be honest about the flu making someone perform worse because they're sick. And I guess I have to retell the story because it's so hard to get the facts straight. So what happened was, I went to my friend's place to practice the night before the regionals, and this was a bit of ways from where I lived. So as it got late, they all just kind of went to sleep, and then I was stranded there because it was a sketchy part of Seattle. I didn't have a safe way of getting home, and they were the ones that like picked me up from my place and brought me there. And I didn't have a couch, I didn't have anything to sleep on. It was freezing cold. So I was shivering on the floor for a while until I realized I could take everyone's jackets off the coat rack and then make like a makeshift blanket and just kind of curl up and have kind of a pillow. But I had one of the worst night's sleep of my life before a regional event. Again, the dishonesty to discount like, oh yeah, poor sleep quality, that's not going to impact anything in a thinking game. And then I woke up feeling weak and sick, and I don't think I had a proper breakfast either because my friends kind of slept in, so we just went to the event, and I was already miserable and getting worse. And that's like, how do you misclick? Have you never switched out a Pokemon before? Have you actually never played Pokemon? Again, like the lies just keep on adding up and up. No one's ever misclicked in Pokemon, even though the reason he goes on this tangent is because, like, he says something about misclicking Wally. And then this goes into the opponent admitting that I 100% beat him because I had a Scizor set up with multiple Swords Dances next to my support Sableye. So then what you do is you swap out your support Pokemon, and then you bring in another Pokemon, and you take advantage of this. The misclick is I clicked on the wrong one because I didn't know where I was in, like, the sequence of actions, and I swapped out the Scizor, which was my win condition. So now I have a support Pokemon that's burned out, and then I'm taking out my win condition, bringing in something else, and then the dude was just, like, flabbergasted. He's like, what happened? What did you do? Like, why would you do that? And I'm just like, I misclicked. He's like, you know you 100% beat me if you don't do that. I'm like, yeah, I know, everyone knows. So it's like another point of dishonesty. Like, has this person never been in any real form of competition? It's not an uncommon occurrence for someone to fluke a win or have something crazy happen and then acknowledge to the opponent, yeah, you had me beat. But apparently that's just impossible to all the cheaters and bad actors in the Pokemon community, especially if you're, like, deliberately trying to be toxic about me because you have no real arguments against me. Actually, I know the video he's talking about. It's the I'm Blissey Debunked video because I have this as a storytime segment, which makes the retelling even more dishonest because what about the rest of the video? What about me proving that I'm a Blissey has lied about this entire situation? Saying RNG manips are 100% legal and Pokemon support would not tell you it's illegal, except I was told by Pokemon support it's against the rules, and then when I went to regionals in Generation 5, the judges told me, yeah, my Pokemon would be illegal if I used RNG manipulation to get them, and that's also supported by the video I just released. Now, this came out after Pokemon Challenges video, but it also further proves that I'm always right and I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Pokemon, because decomposing, disassembling, or reverse engineering the Pokemon games is completely disallowed. Wow, no hacking. So that makes RNG tools a forbidden external device, which means RNG is against the rules, which is why that lines up with everything I've been told, and also just common sense. I'm baffled how so many people in the Pokemon community just can't understand this. Any good, honest person can see that these are clearly bad actors that are trying to excuse and justify blatant cheating. And that's further proven because none of the VGC players back in the day admitted to using RNG or were open about it because they would have been punished. Now, them RNGing in the first place has also been completely debunked because they were using Pokecheck, but wow, the full, perfect, shiny, legendary Pokemon with hidden power. There's no way that was obtained without any kind of shenanigans, and no one wants to talk about it but me. Weird. And the reason why I made this video to begin with is because it just started a huge lie of, oh, out of nowhere, suddenly, Wolf's 2016 Raichu was legitimate because it could have been RNG'd, even though RNG didn't exist during Generation 6. And that's admitted by Blissey. That's kind of a big deal. There's a lot of things in this video that are kind of a big deal, but Pokemon Challenges skips over that? God forbid anyone acknowledges Verlisify is objectively correct about something and has never been debunked with any of this. But no, the only thing Pokemon Challenges can do after going down a rabbit hole of my content is lie about a storytime segment. And then trying to use the story to downplay my skill as a Pokemon player, even though there's over a decade of proof on the channel. My knowledge and proficiency in Pokemon is some of the best in the world, and there's a very strong case that I'm actually the best Pokemon player in the world once you remove all the cheaters, which is the correct thing to do, and it's been proven that all the top players are cheaters, and that was also something that Pokemon Challenges did, rewarding players, having a cash tournament for them, even though they were disqualified at Pokemon Worlds. That's evil. They are deliberately teaching children it's okay to cheat for their own gain, and they even admit it, where it's like, is using rare candies cheating? Yes, well that should be it. Then that means you have no challenge, everything is disqualified, and you're not even obeying the rules of a Nuzlocke anymore to hack all of the grind out of it, because the Nuzlocke exists for the grind. But I consistently rank high on the official ladder despite being disadvantaged by cheaters. I also ranked highly in Pokemon Showdown, and just kind of go through all my battles over the years, my win rate is around 70%, if not above it, and I've even, like, streamed a 30-0 win rate. That doesn't happen if you're not a good player or have high proficiency in the game. I also have multiple documented tournament wins, so I mean, all of this is BS and lies to deliberately fuel toxicity, since I'm the only good influencer in the Pokemon community. So like, did you cough and slip? Like, how do your flu symptoms are so bad that you're misclicking, and why are you at an in-person event? And that now this is also like different era, like post-COVID, is like, oh man, if you have a cough, why are you going outside and infecting people? This was 2015. I was coming down with the flu and still trying to fight it off like I was going to be okay, and then you realize days after, like, oh, I was actually sick, like I have the flu, and now I'm like really out of it and really sick. And it's just like more dishonesty, like trying to blame me, where it's like, why are you going to something if you're sick? Bro, everyone has done it, especially if it's something you've been looking forward to for months or a year, and it's the big event. There's multiple TV shows with episodes dedicated to this kind of thing because it's a universal human experience, unless you're evil and trying to lie like Pokemon challenges. I don't know, just this one part of that video has lived rent-free in my head for like 2 weeks now. Wait, what happened to, I was watching this just the other day, but then like after 2 weeks, still can't even cite anything accurate about the story that I've told multiple times. Like, that's the crazy thing about hate watching. Like, that proves the derangement. That proves the bad faith. It's like, I could write, I think, I could write, that's actually what they said, because again, like, this is just delirious at this point, like, a bot that can do the Verlisify VGC cheating debate. Like, I've identified the exact pattern. This person so honest and intelligent that they can identify the exact pattern that's always where it goes, like people point out. Like, hey, or like he'll point out, hey, a lot of people are cheating, they got hacked mons, and then people are like explaining, yeah, this is the reason that so many people in UC hack mons, it sucks, and then he's like, yeah, but that's not a reason to cheat. So I mean, another crazy thing of, I've been catching cheaters for over a decade, and it was, oh, no one's cheating. A full shiny Generation 5 team is totally legitimate, even though RNG was against the rules, and I just did a video proving that with the Pokemon Company showing, like, hey, the TOS applies, and any reverse engineering or hacking automatically disqualifies that Pokemon or that program for that Pokemon. And then we have chat logs of Ray Rizzo saying he used PokeCheck, which tracks because Wolf Glick can't even get a legal team of Pokemon, even though it takes less time than RNGing in Generation 5. So I didn't even waste the time RNGing back in the day, and it's only been more and more cheating since then. So it has literally taken the steps of, no, you're lying, you're an idiot, Verlisify, no one's cheating, you're just making stuff up, to, okay, some people are cheating, but it's not a problem. Now it's everyone's cheating, here's why it's a good thing. This is cheating. It's indefensible, and it's the acknowledgement that everyone is cheating, which means I'm right, and I'm being painted as being wrong for being right? So he's like, yeah, but that's not a reason to cheat. Cheating is still bad. And then people are like, yeah, we're not saying that cheating isn't bad. Except all you're doing is running cover for cheaters, denying cheating when it's someone like Wolfie VGC, and then trying to justify cheating. That's all my videos show, is arguments with people that either can't accept that's cheating or trying to justify cheating. Because, oh, if everyone's breaking the rules, that's a problem with the rules. No, then don't play. This is deliberately disadvantaging others, lying about it, and then there's tens of thousands of dollars of prize money on the line. And I have Pokemon Challenge's own video where I like show, like, oh, this dude's actually evil in the way that he's bending over and twisting himself in knots to justify cheating. We're saying that the rules should be changed. Then why are you rewarding people that chose to break the rules at the Pokemon World Championship event? See, the actions and words do not line up, and even their words are like, oh yeah, you're actually just defending cheating. And you're incapable of being honest and addressing that cheating is wrong and calling out the cheaters before we even get into it. See, like, that's the thing, we can't skip steps either. We can't go into, oh, what about the rules, until we condemn and punish all of the cheaters. Then we can figure this out. But like I said earlier, the protest has been invalidated. You don't have a valid protest by breaking the rules and then crying about it when you get caught. You abstain. And then if that causes negative impacts on the scene, that will then force the Pokemon Company to change the rules or react in some kind of way. They want their cake, they eat it too, because they're evil. Then he says, yeah, that's still cheating, that's still bad, and we shouldn't reward cheaters by changing the rules. Exactly, like, unless everyone's punished. Like, I've even said it many times as well, but this person can't cite anything I've said accurately. where I've said I'm happy with an official Pokemon Battle Simulator if everyone that has been caught cheating is banned, and Wolf Glick gets a lifetime ban for his career-long cheating that has been proven. Same thing for everyone else's team that has been data mined or had Pokemon removed or anything with like disqualifications from an event. Now there should be tiers about this, which I've also said that like, okay, you get caught cheating at regionals, 2-year ban, internationals, 3-year ban, just removed from the entire generation. Worlds should just be a perma ban. It's not hard. I just want integrity in Pokemon, and that makes me the bad guy. So yeah, still cheating. We shouldn't reward cheaters by changing the rules. And that just goes around in a circle every single time. And he like purposefully just completely misunderstands everyone's point. The irony and the hypocrisy of that is astounding, because like my point is cheating is wrong. So that means it's these people going in the circular logic, being the brick wall, that just can't accept cheating is wrong and take the steps to actually address that argument in any capacity. It's impossible for anyone acting in good faith to say that I'm purposefully completely misunderstanding everyone's point, even though I've shown multiple videos from multiple people, like Wolfie trying to defend cheating, Pokemon Challenges trying to defend cheating, Blissey trying to defend cheating. The mental gymnastics are impossible to track, and this also goes with the history of Pokemon Challenges says, yeah, using rare candies is cheating, here's why cheating is a good thing. Literally defending hacking Pokemon games, and then trying to justify it to their child audience. It's so fascinating, man, from like a rhetorical standpoint. I don't know if you can tell, I really don't want to cook this fight right now. So in Juan's gym, I just want to talk about this for a bit. And then that being how they end the video. So yeah, there's a lot of fights we could really do by resetting tempo through like sacrificing one of our Pokemon, all that stuff. And what's happening here? There's actually zero skill or challenge on display to hack the game for rare candies, to skip grinding, and then just spend all of your time in damage calculations with full information of the opponents. That's just how toxic and entitled the Pokemon community has gotten. It's taken like the entire force of the Pokemon community to suppress the truth. It's actually insane how much has gone into this. And then you even need YouTube manually suppressing my content, and also some rogue actor to dislike bot me and then never have Google do anything to fix it, to actually get into this position. And this is what it brings us to. Deliberate lies and just the most worthless of content. Yay, Pokemon. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.